Hello, and welcome to another episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast. I am your well-being girlfriend, Yvonne Daniels. Hope you're having a great day. I tell you what, I'm encouraging you to always and to continue to embrace the power of giving your body permission to relax for better choices, health, and wealth. We're doing it one deep breath at a time, and all you need is an open heart and an open mind and a willingness to grow and to go. Today, we're talking about the fact that April, as we wrap this month up, is National Minority Health Month. Yes. So, how are you doing today, Matt?
Hey, what up, though? How are you doing today?
I am doing well. We are in the throes of spring, yes. And of course, we are always so excited about the wealth that we're born with, which is our health. All right. And of course, we're all about changing health narratives and leaving health legacies. And of course, Matt, you know how we kick off every episode.
With the deep breath.
Let's go. And and out, and it really does give your body permission to relax. Just try it whenever you're in a stressful situation, whether you're thinking about something too hard or you're actually physically dealing with something, or in a situation, wherever it is. A deep breath is a great way to go to just start by relaxing your body. All right, so talking about that health, the wealth that we're born with, we've got to make sure that we're taking care of that, all right, and managing and stewarding our health, meaning we've got to get enough sleep. We've got to accept responsibility for our well-being. We've got to take as many deep breaths as often as we can, all right. Tuning into our bodies is very important. And of course, actually moving our bodies. So what we're talking about today definitely includes probably all of that. Once again, April is National Minority Health Month. And this is observed all month long to raise awareness and address health disparities affecting racial and ethnic minority communities in the United States. Now, National Minority Health Month was founded back in 1998 by the National Minority Quality Forum. Officially, it was recognized by the U.S. Congress in 2002 as a national public health observance. Yay. All right. So, the purpose of National Minority Health Month is to highlight and reduce disparities in healthcare access. We've heard about that from even celebrities, treatment and outcomes among underserved populations, including communities of color, yes, African Americans, American Indians, Alaska Natives, and other minority groups. The observance promotes health education, which is what we aim to do here on this podcast, which is an initiative about health education and just taking care of ourselves, our well-being, which encompasses the entire person, right? So this is also a month to observe and detect and to recognize early disease detection, prevention, and equitable access to healthcare resources. It also emphasizes the importance of addressing social determinants of health, such as economic stability, education, and community support, which significantly impacts health outcomes. All right, so the origins of the National Minority Health Month actually trace back to, now it was recognized by Congress, and it was, all that was started in 1998, recognized in 2002. But we can date this back and trace this back to 1915 with National Negro Health Week, initiated by none other than Booker T. Washington to improve health and living conditions for Black Americans through education and community-based approaches. Thank you, Booker T. Yeah, looking out for us way back then. In 1998, once again, we've got that National Minority Quality Forum launching the National Minority Health Month, 2002, with the Congress officially recognizing it. And this was concurrent with a resolution reinforcing the federal commitment to reducing health disparities. Now, data from the NAACP, yes, and the administration, I should say, for community living highlight significant measurable disparities affecting communities of color and other underserved populations across the United States. This includes higher rates of diabetes, high blood pressure, and stroke in certain communities, increased risk of Alzheimer's disease and dementia among older adults and minority groups, higher mortality rates from breast cancer among women from some minority populations, despite similar incidence rates. Women of color tend to, die from this more at a higher rate. Disproportionate poverty rates impacting access to health care. And I tell you what, individuals in underserved populations face a higher risk of stroke. Once again, We've got all of this equitable access to healthcare intervention was needed. And this is why we are, actually, looking at this month, I want to recognize this month and want to take all that we can to continue to help us with our health. Key health actions for our community, guidance from community physicians on the most important screening and care steps you can take. And these are the care steps. And as we go through these, I'm going to highlight some. It's always good to get screened and get these tests. Want to make sure that we are also living a life, our diet and lifestyle, to when we get these tests, they'll come out good and we won't necessarily have to have detection of a disease or a cancer, because we'll be having a lifestyle and diet that is, towards prevention and towards not having to deal with so many diseases and at earlier ages and even at older ages. So we've got the first key health action for our community is to see your primary care doctor regularly. You definitely want to always do that. You have to be your own best advocate for yourself and your family members with the doctors, and also taking responsibilities, which is something we talk about all the time, in just our daily living and our daily diets. All right. Second is, it is suggested to get your colon cancer screening by 40. They suggest that once you turn 40, start getting screened for colon cancer. And I suggest too, making sure that you have, once again, a diet and a lifestyle that advocates and that is promoting anti-colon cancer, anti-cancer period, which means keeping your body weight in check. And we talk about so much that we look at losing weight, but I always stress the fact, I heard this and it just made so much sense to me, to get healthy. If you get healthy, if we are intentional about our lifestyle and our diet, man, I'm telling you, the weight has no choice but to come off. So keeping our body weight in check, making sure we are moving our bodies, that physical activity is so important. And if you smoke, of course, something really, I don't say easy, but quitting smoking and being intentional about quitting smoking is something that's really going to help you with your colon cancer, not getting that diagnosis. And when you go to get screened, there not being an adverse outcome. Knowing your diabetes numbers, right? Getting screened and knowing your A1C and fasting glucose levels regularly. It's very important. Once again, diet and lifestyle. And I understand, I know this can be very challenging. There's so many temptations out there. Every time you look around, somebody's popping up a sweets store, and they're making these desserts bigger and bigger. Not only that, your pastas and all that kind of stuff that maybe is not the best for your diabetes and your colon cancer. And so we have to really be very intentional. Breast cancer screening for women, continue monthly and for men too, because there have been men that have, and celebrities too, that have come out and that have been diagnosed with breast cancer. So continuing monthly self-exams, getting your screening mammograms. It is suggested to start at the age of 40. Once again, diet and lifestyle is so important with this, making sure you're staying away from those things that breast cancer and any kind of cancers love to kind of tackle. And for breast cancer, it can be a lot of your white pastas, your rices, your white rices. So just making sure that we are having our diet full of those things that, are from nature, your greens, your garlics, your ginger, stuff that cancer is like, no. Making sure that your palate and your diet is colorful from those whole foods, which is so important. And here's one that some people may think about, but maybe not as much as the others. Your oral health matters. So your mouth is the gateway to your body. Dental health protects your heart, brain, and your overall well-being. So definitely include that. Make sure that you're seeing your dentist. Make sure you're taking care of your oral health. Once again, your diet is also going to affect your dental health. And I would dare say, I am not a dentist and I am not a doctor, but dare I say, and this is just from things that I've observed in my own body, that my diet, I find, is so important too, just with my dental health. Those things that you're eating that can naturally clean your teeth, that can naturally, prevent different germs or kill different germs in your body, your mouth. So just making sure that we're eating, celeries and cucumbers are so good for dental health and your entire body, and protecting your brain health. exercising regularly, eating a healthy diet. Of course, we talk about that, and keeping your mind active through reading and puzzles and new skills is so very important. And if you're not in a situation here at the job, we are. I don't want to say forced. That's kind of a negative word, but we have to learn. There are new platforms that are put before us. It seems like every week we're learning a new platform that keeps the mind engaged. If you're retired, if you're in a situation where you're not working daily, then you have to be more intentional. But it can be done. There's so many things you can do. The reading, the puzzles, trying new skills, being adventurous with as much as you can. Okay, it's going to help protect that brain and controlling your blood pressure. High blood pressure is a major cause of chronic kidney disease. So keep your numbers in a healthy range. Okay. Also, participation and awareness. So, individuals, you can, if you're part of an organization, if you are an organization, can participate in National Minority Health Awareness Month by hosting community health events to provide screenings, education, and resources. And I have to say that I am just so thankful that here in this community, there are so many, there's always something popping up. I know in June, I know that one of the fraternities here, the Kappa Alpha Psi, always host a men's health expo, and there are always expos popping up. There are always centers and always opportunities to give blood, and so that is just a wonderful thing that we have here in this area. If you don't look at trying to organize community events, all right, to provide those screenings, those education and resources, sharing initiatives, and take a deep breath with Yvonne Daniels this is an initiative. I am the CEO and founder of this initiative for well-being, just for changing health narratives, leaving health legacies, taking care of ourselves, embracing your body, and giving your body permission to relax. All that is an initiative. So we've got that. And if you have an initiative, if you know of an organization that has one, sharing those initiatives and success stories to promote health equity and access is so important. Also, utilizing social media. All right. They've got all kinds of toolkits. I'm going to try and include those in the notes to spread awareness and engage communities in health promotion campaigns. Community is so important. And, we all need community. And it just really makes things, it does make it easier in a way. It's good to share. And they've shown where just sharing keeps you healthy too. Interacting with people, sharing stories, sharing your life with others. It helps to keep you healthy. So keep that in mind. All right. Federal agencies like the CDC, the NIH, and the Office of Minority Health provide resources, webinars, and educational materials. So you can check those out as well to support these efforts, emphasizing culturally relevant communication, because culturally, there's some different things. All right. So we're more alike than we are different, but we've got some differences there culturally. And it also helps community engagement. All right. So National Minority Health Month underscores that improving minority health is a shared responsibility, all right? By raising awareness, advocating for policy changes, and promoting equitable healthcare access, communities can work together to eliminate health disparities and improve outcomes for all minority populations. There's always a solution. There's always hope. It is not as daunting a task. It can be a challenge. But there are always resources out there. And so what I want to leave you with today is to make sure that you are sharing your story. National Minority Health Month is a time to raise awareness about the persistent health disparities affecting racial and ethnic minority communities, celebrating the progress made in advancing health equity, yes, and to empower individuals to take charge of their health through education, advocacy, and access to culturally competent care. So what I would encourage you to do is to record a video and or write a testimonial and share it. You just never know who you're going to bless, who you're going to help by sharing your testimony through video or written. All right, get it out there, share it as we celebrate National Minority Health Month. All right, so Matt, how do we end every episode?
With the deep breath.
Let's go in and out, and that just felt really good, just getting all that out there. And I thank you so much for listening to another episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Be sure to check us out at Deep Breath and Taste Buds at blogspot.com. And I will see you in the next episode.
Good stuff.